Good morning guys and girls, and welcome back to another video, and today is Wednesday Weekly Gold episode 38. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so this week I thought of doing something along the lines of the most underrated or forgotten farms that are actually still profitable, so to speak. So that being the case, let's get on to the farms. Okay, so for the first farm is in Zul'Aman, and basically what you're going to be wanting to do is just clear the entire instance, standard, and you will pick up a load of things called Amani hex sticks. You can buy these off the auction house for a couple of hundred gold each, and every time you actually have one of these, you run over to one of the forest frogs that are located near the actual swampy bit, in the centre of Zul'Aman, and then all you've got to really do is just cast the Amani hex stick on the actual frog and it will turn into a person. It will unhex them, so to speak. And these guys give you numerous different types of treasures. There's even a vendor that actually gives you like this satchel that gives you some fortune cards, and along with that you do get a little treasure chest or a little money bag. The money bag isn't worth that much, it's only a couple of gold, but the actual treasure chest thing, when you open it up you'll get a few things, and that is the voodoo stick type thing. That is a unique item that boosts your either haste or strength by like 25% for like 10 seconds. It's like really handy actually, because I kind of use them when I'm still out in the real world, because they're just actually quite handy in that sense. But along with that you do get a numerous amount of different items. You can obtain some cloaks which are blue, and they're actually quite nice for transmog. I usually just learn them until I've collected all of them. Mainly because I'm still farming up every single one that's actually dropped in this. And along with that you do get a chance of what we're actually farming, and that is the battle pet MOJO. And he is MOJO. And it's one of those ones where it's on a very weird RNG basis, because you have to get the Amani hex stick, unhex the frog, and then have a chance of the actual battle pet even dropping. And then once you've got this, it currently is selling for around about 20,000, and I've seen it go as far as like 50k, because not many people actually farm this battle pet, because to be honest I don't remember seeing many people even cover it when it actually has been around for so long. But I would recommend that you do actually farm this one, because MOJO sells for quite a decent chunk of gold, and it's a near on sell within the first week of actually having it. So at the end of the day you can do this once a day. It will take you around about 10 minutes if you're fast enough to even do 10 minutes a day for a chance of getting the battle pet. That's a pretty damn good farm right there. That the battle pet is... And to be honest, the battle pet is pretty cool. It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so the next farm is the Blackwing layer, and I won't actually specify the little infinite thing you do with like turning invisible and all that jazz, and not killing the spellcasters. The actual thing that I'm talking about is the dragon scales. Now, obviously you can skin dragon scales anywhere out in the real world as well, but I seem to just get a buttload whenever I go into this raid, because it's mainly dragons. So I find that if I actually skin all of the dragons, I get black dragon scales, green ones, and blues. I get a chromatic scale from Chrominius, and he gives you multiple different types of scales because he's a fusion of most dragonflights. And that being the case, you can make a lot of gold with dragon scales. Now this one's usually in very slow demand. Buy it, but when they do buy it, it actually sells for a big chunk of gold. Like a dragon scale on my realm at the moment is currently selling for around about 100k each, and that's for the black ones. And then anything from like the greens to the blues and the reds, they're like stupidly overpriced. But that being the case, dragon scales are really easy to farm up. Even if you do Blackwing layer like once a week, it takes about 10 minutes. And yeah, man, just farm up the dragon scales. It's not hard. That's the second farm. Now the third one on our list is the Blasted Rares, and I covered this farm a while back, and I don't think I portrayed it quite well, in the sense of how good this farm actually is. Now, obviously, I go into detail with the Blasted Rares. It's actually called Blasted Rares, so if you want to find it, it will probably come up in it, like at the end of the video or something. But the Blasted Rares farm is pretty easy to do. All you do is just download, I don't know, all you have to do is just download NPC Scan and NPC Scan Overlay, find where the rare elites are, kill them, loot their little gem quest items, then hand them in. Along with that, near these actual NPCs, well, near these actual mobs, you do get the chance of seeing a heavy silken chest which can contain the Orb of Deception, and this is dotted a few around the entire area. Usually there's one heavy silken chest actually in near on all of the areas. I believe it is in Ungura Crater as well, Silithus and Tanaris, and I believe Uldum has one as well, so that's pretty damn good. Like, I usually just do a little route around the Blasted Lands, do that for 5 minutes, gather it all up, and then I do that once every single day and see if any of the mobs are up, because I get up super early in the mornings, so I just do that quickly while all the mobs are up, and then I wait till the next morning, and then at the end of the week I hand in all those quest items, see what loot I've got, and usually you get a decent amount of transmog, so if you're into doing transmog, this is a really good farm for you. Now, fourthly on our list is the Tome of Polymorph Porcupine. Now, I usually see the monkey and the polar bear on there quite a lot because those ones are super easy to farm up, but everyone forgets the porcupine one. The porcupine one is really easy to farm up. All you have to do is go to the Jade Forest and dot around the northern side of it. There is a load of porcupines, and pretty much they're called smoky porcupines. Set up a targeting macro like /tar smoky porcupine, and all you have to do is just nuke them, just one-shot them, and then just loot them. And they have a chance of dropping with your mage, by the way. You have to be a mage to gain this item to actually do this farm, but it drops the Tome of Polymorph for the porcupine, and this can sell in the auction house for like stupid amounts of gold. Like, I tried to look up and gain like an average for this, and I was just like, there's just no way. This one's a double check your auction house, and pretty much if it actually is at a reasonable price, like either about 20k, because you're going to roughly accumulate a couple per hour, so that's really good. Bear in mind they do take a little while to sell, but because most mages are lazy and they don't want to do this farm, you can make use of your mage and actually farm up these actual items. Lastly on our list is the giant dinosaur bones in the actual Isle of Giants, and this one is a very underrated one. Well, it was overrated for a while, and then it kind of like no one's talking about it. It's still a good farm. Like, you go there with a skinner, you'll be able to skin the mobs, get savage leather. Well, no, not savage leather, exotic leather. You'll be able to get exotic leather. Along with that, you'll be able to obtain the giant dinosaur bones, which are the real money maker, because this is used to actually obtain a mount, which I actually have because I'm awesome. But no, I just don't have a life, so I just farmed it forever, for like ever. But that being the case, the bone white raptor is what the target is, and these giant dinosaur bones are really easy to actually do. Now, I would recommend that the giant dinosaur bones farm, double check how much they're actually going on your auction house. For me, they're about 5 gold a piece, so in an hour I can gain a lot of these bloody giant dinosaur bones, so I'm making a good, like, stupid amount of gold every hour, so this one's really still viable. And along with that, you also can obtain some primal eggs, which give you a mount every 3 days, but they are unique. So the mount, obviously you can't sell, but it's just something for yourself. And along with that, you still get some of these Zandalar little raptor battle pets, and along with that you get the dire runt as well. So they can sell on the auction house for like a somewhat decent amount of gold, but it's not stupidly insane because it's only been an expansion or so. And I say also, like near on 2 expansions when the Potion of Luck was removed. So that being the case, this is what I feel is the most underrated and or forgotten farms that basically I don't see anyone covering or doing anymore. So that being the case, guys, have a lovely rest of the day. Now, I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more like this, please feel free to give this video a like. And as always, have an awesome day, guys.
Yeah.